This channel is designed for adults viewing only, and certain videos will contain rated M for mature video games, featuring realistic violence, gore and suggestive themes. If you are not an adult, do not view the content on this channel.
Sit back and relax. It's time to take a wild trip to the past. Get ready for another exciting episode of Memory Lane.
Alright, here we are. Another Memory Lane episode. And we have another awesome magazine right here, Nintendo Power. April of 1999. Many years ago. Over 2 decades ago. Say about, 22 years ago? Look at this. It's in pristine shape. I have the address covered up, so I believe that the gentleman that originally had this mailed to his house, I think he still lives there. So, I'm covering that up. Nonetheless, you guys can still see the cover of the magazine right here. Got Nintendo Power, Beetle, Adventure, Racing. Pretty cool stuff. Nice looking cover. Exclusive shots of Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. It states that right on the top. Let's open this up. Let's get into the game right here. Alright. This magazine's definitely been read, I can tell. So usually if it's a magazine that hasn't been opened up too much, the pages try to close themselves. Alright, let's zoom out here for a second. And right away we have a ton of Pokemon stuff right here. This is the Pokemon Official Nintendo Player's Guide. You got Pokemon cards and all kinds of crazy stuff. And here we have the Nintendo Power offer, 36 issues for $49.95. So if you want to subscribe to Nintendo Power, here it is. You can sign that up, write all your information in there, and mail it in, and you're good to go. And then we have an 800 number that you can call also if you want to do it over the phone. Triple Play 2000 from EA Sports. And I look how they made the baseball player with polygon looking. That's actually pretty cool. And here we have a game called Tonic Trouble. A little advertisement for that game for the N64. It's an Ubisoft game. And I'll be pretty damn real honest with you. I don't know too much about this game at all, and I've never played it. And I'm curious now, because it's an Ubisoft game, so, you know, they make Rayman. And that is what the screenshots look like. Have you guys ever played Tonic Trouble before? I had never played that before. Back when I had an N64, I had probably maybe 10 games at the most. I obviously have an N64 now. I have like probably over 100 games, but back then I only had maybe 10 games. Okay, let's zoom in right here. We got Beetle Adventures Racing. Really good game. That is actually a really fun racing game. The Player's Pulse. And we have some hand-drawn art by Nintendo fans. This is something you really don't see too much anymore. Let's take a look at what we have here. Alright, starting over here, we have a cool illustration of the Lynx. This is dating back over 20 years ago. Nice drawing. We got Mega Man down here also. Not Mega Man, that's Bomberman. What the hell am I talking about? That is Bomberman. Nice illustration of Bomberman. And we have that up there. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to be, but it's really interesting. And down here we have a mixture of Nintendo characters. We have Pikachu, Yoshi, and Link. And over here we have, it looks like Pikachu's being burned in hell, the depths of hell. You have a ton of crazy stuff. You have that one right there. Use your N64 accordingly. And it looks like they have some drawings on how to use your N64. That is actually pretty cool. Okay, let's zoom out here. Turn the page. Alright. So this is our top 10 section right here. Of course, the number one at the top of the list is Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Number 2, GoldenEye 007, still at the top of the list. Number 3, Star Wars Rogue Squadron. And of course, you guys can see that's the whole top 10 list right here. Got like some dust or something right there. This is your top 10, this is the top 20 list actually for N64. And this is your top 10 list for the Game Boy. Yeah, WWF Raw. Is that the old version of Raw? Like the one that came out like 94 or something like that? That's really interesting. Look at this, look at this. Somebody actually drew a Superman fan art. What's that, for the N64 game? That can't be. That game sucked. Oh my god. And that is the craziest looking Pikachu ever. That is an awesome Pikachu. Look at that. I'm guessing that probably a younger kid drew that. And they did a really good job. And we even have like a bird up here. That's interesting. Look at that. Beetle Adventure Racing. I have this game. This game is really fun. In fact, just for the heck of it, I have it right here. It's a really good game. I actually made a video on that already. And it's one of the better racing games on the N64. And you can see that there's all kinds of crazy stuff you can do. Look at the illustrated map right there. That is actually really cool. See, I love Nintendo Power magazines specifically for stuff like that. It tells you where the shortcuts are. You come over here, this is another map right here. It's definitely some vintage Nintendo Power right there. Giving you all the crazy hints and tips. Alright. And again, we have more stuff right here. It gives you all the nice little illustration of each map. That is so cool. You got the Inferno, got the Sunset Sands, Metro Madness. And that is really, really awesome. You got the Beetle Battle Arenas. This game really was, and still is, quite the underrated game. It was actually very, very good on the N64. We have some Vigilante 8 action right here. Vigilante 8 was pretty much the direct competition with Twisted Metal. So if you like Twisted Metal on the PlayStation, then you pretty much had no choice but to get Vigilante 8 on the N64 if you wanted something similar to that. You have Super Smash Brothers. And this is the tons and tons of screenshots of Super Smash Brothers. So I'm guessing that this game probably just came out around this time. This is giving you all the hints and stuff on how to play this. Probably, in my opinion, one of the best games on the N64. I definitely remember playing this so much. With my cousin, our two friends, we gather around like a little 19-inch TV, probably even smaller than that. And we would be playing 4 players Super Smash Brothers for quite a long time, all day long. And it's basically giving me the how to play it with each character. Pikachu, Fox, Yoshi, and of course, by today's standards, if you play the new Smash Brothers on the Switch, there's like so many characters, and they keep adding more and more. It's really, really crazy. And here we go. Here's another game, Starshot Space Circus Fever. And here's another example of a game that I had no idea what the hell this is. Never heard of it. And these type of games have to be like not that common on the N64 at all. I'm pretty sure that they're on the rare side, like games that are just not that common, pretty hard to find. Never heard of it. It appears to be some sort of platformer. Now let's move on to the next page right here. A Bug's Life. I remember playing this briefly on the PlayStation. It was an okay game. It was nothing really too special. And there is a couple of screenshots and everything like that. Highly anticipated. So apparently this game is... They're making a pretty big deal about this game. And here we have the classified information, the cheat codes. One of my favorite parts of the magazine right here. Alright, let's zoom in. The first thing that I find that's pretty cool is they have like these little circuitry background. And it has like a little code on it, which is pretty cool. I bet you that probably means something right there. We'll zoom in real quick and we'll see what that is. Let me see. Can you guys solve that? Whatever the hell this is, let's find out. Yeah, what the hell does that mean? It's gotta have some sort of meaning to it. Like Nintendo's very, very crazy like that. They do like sneaky things where they add little hidden things into their magazines. So I'm pretty sure that whatever that code is that's on the chip right there probably means something. This is a Sports College Hoops 99, various different cheat codes. Very, very unlikely that you guys are going to be playing that. So let's look at the Zelda tips and tricks and cheat codes. Alright, let's fix it so you guys can see this. One thing you guys have to do is pause the video for a second. And you can try it out, see if it actually works. We have Glover. That game was okay. It's a quite different platformer, and here we have various different levels for the Bug game right here. A Bug's Life. Buck Bumble. And we have Scars, which is some sort of a car combat racing game. Alright, let's zoom out here. There we go. There's probably more on the next page. Alright, Battle Tanks. We definitely have to get ourselves some Battle Tanks codes right here. Some pretty cool looking Battle Tanks code. Alright. Chopper Attack. for the N64. We have Knife Edge for the N64 right here. Some of these codes are these sheets you have to like read a whole paragraph just to actually figure out what the hell you're supposed to do. And we have Turok 2 Seeds of Evil, and that is one long ass code. And I think I remember Beware of Oblivion. Yeah, something like that. I remember typing that code in like years ago. Like I used to go to the public library and print these codes out, take it home, and use the codes on the game to unlock like everything, like the big head mode. I remember that. I remember these codes, man, because I used to play that game 4-player split screen. What do we have here? Yes, I remember this. A pen and ink mode, I remember that. There's also a blood mode, which I'm not sure if they're actually going to put in this game. There is a cheat code for Turok 2 where the blood is like crazy. It comes out like a lot more than it's supposed to. But I highly doubt that they're actually going to put that in the Nintendo Power magazine. Alright, we have Triple Play 2000, a sports game. So we're showing this game off. There's nothing really too entertaining about that. But you can see all the little illustrations from it. We have Rampage 2, Universal Tour for the N64 and the PlayStation also. They actually put the little PlayStation emblem right there. And it's funny because on some of these advertisements for games that are also on the PlayStation, some of them they leave the PlayStation emblem off so that you specifically go out and buy it only on the N64. Occasionally, every once in a while, you'll come across it showing the PlayStation emblem right there, which is the case for this right here. ODT. And I never played this before. It looks interesting. You have all your map layouts right here. This is pretty standard for a lot of older Nintendo Power magazines, and we think we have a poster right here. Let's find out. We have a Jet Force Gemini poster. See if we can focus that camera. You have the Rare logo right there on top. That is pretty cool. You have the Jet Force Gemini logo right there on the bottom. Alright, that is actually pretty awesome. Let's get this folded up right here. And here we have the WCW Nitro Game being ported to the N64, that is. Now, this is an arcade style game, so a lot of people give it like a lot of crap because the game is not exactly what they would expect it to be for a wrestling game. Comparing it to like one of the THQ games that are like Revenge or WCW versus the World. Now, I had no idea that this was on Windows. That would be interesting. I have to check that out. I have a laptop for Windows games, like an older Windows game. Nonetheless, the N64 version of this game is not that good. But I did, admittedly, had a lot of fun playing the PlayStation version of that game. And here we have Gomin's Great Adventure. It's like a nice little platformer right here. If you guys remember playing any of these games at all, comment down below. And let me know. So I love to read your comments, and look at this thing. What's going on here? What the hell is that? That is pretty rancid. Oh my god. I can smell it from here. And here we have some more crazy stuff right here. This game actually looks pretty cool. There's like ton and ton of stuff in this game. Look at this. And then we have another sports game right here, NBA in the Zone 99. And once again, they're showing off the PlayStation emblem, which in certain magazines you actually don't see that. I guess in this one they don't care. Revolt for the N64. This is also on the Dreamcast and the PlayStation. It was definitely really, really good on the Dreamcast. The N64 version of this game actually supported high-resolution graphics. You can turn it on in the option menu. What the hell is this? Now this is interesting. Beware of the Y2k Bug is everywhere. What the hell are they talking about? I'm very curious to read this. So you don't believe computers will crash when the year 2000 or Y2k arrives. This April Fools will find out the truth behind the Y2k Bug. As many readers fear the Y2k Bug will render the N64 useless. So we ran an experiment to see if the console was Y2k compliant. What began innocently enough soon turned ugly when we tested to see if the Y2k Bug will crash the N64. It says, and the crash it did. Get out of here, that can't be real. That's gotta be like an April Fool's joke. Yep. That is probably one of the most misleading jokery articles I've ever seen. So the Y2k Bug, that was a huge thing back then. And even Pikachu chimed in and gave his opinion on it. As you can see right there. And I completely agree with Pikachu. Pikachu was correct on his opinion right there. So everybody was panicking about that back then, and it seems like Nintendo's poking fun at it. We have Micro Machines right here for the N64. A game that I personally never played, but I would definitely look into playing that. I enjoyed playing the older 8-bit versions. Global Gaming. What the hell is this all about? Looks like we have some screenshots of the old websites. Look how old that is. Look at that. Is that Netscape? They're using Netscape. Oh my god. That's Nintendo's like website for back then. Look at these old website screenshots. This is insane. They're using Netscape. I guess back then you didn't have a choice. It was either Internet Explorer or Netscape, and we all know what happens with Internet Explorer back then. It was very, very unstable. Nintendo Mania. This looks like some sort of expo or something, some sort of Nintendo party. It looks like it might have been in Mexico, according to what I see up here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Alright, time to zoom out. Alright, let's get to the next page. We got more crazy stuff here. What is this? Something that happened over in Japan? It's like some sort of game show. 64 Mario Stadium. Yeah, we have a little bit of European stuff here. Look at this. That's pretty cool. So for the European viewers, you might be familiar with that. Alright, then we have Carmageddon, which I'm surprised they actually allowed that game on the N64. Because that game was super violent. Of course, they definitely changed it quite a bit. It was definitely a great PC game, but nonetheless, it was super, super violent. Like one of the most violent games from back then. Bottom of the 9th. More baseball games, and what do we have here? This feels like a very thick page. It's several pages. That's the reason why. We have more baseball screenshots right here. You guys can see that. We have Konami's NHL Blade of Steel's 99. And once again, it's for PlayStation and N64, as you can see there. Glow the Runner 3D for the N64. It's a game that I never really... Once again, I never played this game. I have a handful of N64 games, but I always see stuff in here that I've actually never heard of or never played. And that's what makes these magazines really, really cool to look at, even when they're over 20 years old. I mean, look at that. All kinds of crazy stuff. Starshot Space Circus Fever. Again, that's a game that I actually personally never heard of. But here is some various different screenshots. It looks like some sort of platformer. Have you guys ever played this before? If so, is it actually good, or what is this about? I mean, I could sit there and read the whole thing and find out what it's about, but we don't have enough time to actually do that. I'll probably go back and read this. They have various different maps on the game right here. It actually looks like it's interesting. And we have a Rogue Squadron right here on the side. Of course, there's a new one that just came out recently that supposedly is really, really good. Alright, what do we have here? Consoler's Corner. This is a common feature in these magazines. We have the Banjo, Kazooie, Zelda Ocarina of Time. Turok Seeds of Evil. Zelda Link's Awakening DX on the original classic Game Boy, looks like. We have the old grayscale graphics. Look at that. When the smash hit Super Smash Brothers. Oh, look at this. they actually have an NES console and a Nintendo Power magazine from 1999. This won a collection of games that made the Super Smash Bros. Characters famous. Alright, let's start that over again. This won a collection of games that made Super Smash Bros. Characters famous. Over 50 games in all. Win all the systems to play them on too. Win Super Smash Bros. For your 64. And look, the Virtual Boy, the N64, Super Nintendo, and the NES. You can win all that stuff with that contest. That is crazy. I've never seen a contest like that before. That's pretty cool. I wonder who won that. They literally won a Virtual Boy, an NES, a Super Nintendo, an N64, and a Game Boy. That is a lot of stuff to win. And once again, we have more NBA. There's just been a lot of basketball and sports games in this magazine. I know you guys are not big into sports games. Maybe some of you are. Monaco Grand Prix. Those games were actually not bad back then. The screenshots actually look really good. Keep in mind, this came out in like 99. That actually looks really good for back then. Let's look at that real quick. That is actually some pretty good looking screenshots for 99 standards. Midway arcade hits for the Game Boy Color. And nowadays you're seeing all these like little miniature arcade cabinets coming out, as well as those replica ones that are pretty big. And back then you would play these on your Game Boy Color. Check this out. 720 degrees on your Game Boy Color, Joust, Defender. You have a Men in Black, the animated series, and your Game Boy Color. You have your Pokemon Center. Look at that Pokemon plane. That is actually pretty cool. Let's zoom in here before the battery dies. That is awesome. I like the random stuff that you see in this magazine. And of course, there's a lot of different Pokemon art on the side. Pokemon was super popular back then. And this looks like WWF Warzone or Attitude. One or the other. So you specifically remember you can make a super obese character in that game. As you can see right there. Alright, we're almost towards the end. We got Beetles racing on the N64, got a pretty high score. 8.5, well deserved. Should have been a little bit higher than that. It was actually really good. You got Triple Play 2000, 7.8. Gomin's Great Adventure, 7.7. Road Runner 3D, 7.7. Bottom of the ninth, 7.5. NBA in the Zone, 99, 6.9. You got Micro Machines, 64. It looks like they shit on that game. They give it a 4.6. I should try that out, see how bad it is. Apparently they think it's bad. Joust Defender on the Game Boy Color got 6.7. Spy Hunter, Moon Patrol, 6.7. Rampage World Tour on the Game Boy Color, 5.8. Which is borderline crap. And here we go, we got Star Wars Episode 1 Racer Unveiled for the N64. Various different screenshots. So if you guys like that, we got these cool screenshots right here. Yeah, I believe this is the first issue where these are shown off. So they might be beta screenshots, you never know. That was actually a pretty cool game. And then we have Army Men on the N64. That's a pretty fun game as well. Conquers for the Game Boy Color. Another All-Star for Acclaim. So they're showing off more sports games up here. The sports games were very, very common back then. There's way more baseball games, football games. You don't see as much as anymore. Usually there's only one or two baseball games and one or two, maybe only one football game. There's various different Game Boy games right here. The Harrier 2001 on the rise. Harrier 2001, I never heard of that before. Something for the N64. But I'd actually never heard of that. That's weird. You have WWF Attitude. Like the title screen right there. If you guys like tennis, there you go. You have Pokemon Snap right here. Jet Force Gemini. Alright, let's zoom out. And once again, there's twice in this magazine they showed off some really retro consoles right here. They got the NES, the Super Nintendo, $39, the N64, and the Game Boy. N64 for $59. What the hell is that all about? Oh, this is to fix it. I guess that's the pricing to fix your console. And for the NES, you have to call for pricing. Let's see if I can undo this. So the next issue, made 1999. I guess there's an E3 issue. So they're going to show off a lot of stuff from E3. E3 was much bigger back then. Pretty cool. Penny racers right here. Then on the back of the magazine you have All-Star Baseball 2000. Alright, let's show off the front one more time. I do have to cover up the that one portion right there so you guys can see it. And there it is. Nintendo Power from April 1999. If you guys enjoyed that, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and comment down below and let me know what you think.